Are you looking for a podcast and radio show dedicated to all things Kentucky sports? Bingo, bango, bongo, Big Blue.
Everybody's ready to go. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. And you're ready to go.
You're locked in to the hottest radio show and podcast in the Bluegrass State.
What'd you think of their energy? Unbelievable. That's who you gotta be.
From Pikeville to Paducah and all points in between, we give you an in-depth and sometimes extremely opinionated view of the Wildcats. The phone lines are now open.
And why are you making fun of Tim's double X? I mean, come on now.
Yes. It's Wildcat Sports Talk, presented by the Kentucky Daily. Now, let's join the two guys that bring the action every single week. Adam Webb and Tim Brandstetter.
Welcome to Wildcat Sports Talk. Yes, the New Year's Eve edition of Wildcat Sports Talk, as we are broadcasting from Corbin High School. We decided, Tim, we got to do a lot of things with this show. And one of the things that you have to do outside of this show is cover all sports.
That's right, man.
And you cover it for what publication?
The Kentucky Daily.
Right. And so we decided, let's do the show from Corbin High School and make it happen. Right?
Oh, yeah, man, and I mean, what better place to be? We're always in a gym somewhere, me and you.
Always, man. It seems like we've been in so many gyms in the last, I mean, seriously, it's been kind of crazy.
It has been crazy, and we got some good basketball games going on tonight. You know, Whitley County, Bell County, they're in a really good one right now, and then Corbin coming up later on at 8:30. So, but yeah, it's a good backdrop for Wildcat Sports Talk tonight.
Well, if you'd like to get in on the show, we would like to hear from you. It's 859-428-8419. If you're on the radio on 98.5 The Light of London, thank you for tuning in. If you are on 106.3 The Big One in Pineville, Kentucky, thank you for tuning in. And either way, happy New Year's Eve. And, of course, happy New Year's. And hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I want to start this show first off. Again, I said this last night in the broadcast, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you for the outpouring of love and support for the passing of my grandfather. He was an incredible man, somebody I will miss very, very dearly. And so, again, thank you so much for that, and much love to you. So, a tie ball game right here now. You know, the Bell County Bobcats up on the hill with Whitley County tied up.
Sounds like a song, don't it?
Yeah, it sure does. But 859-428-8419. Again, like to hear from you. Want to hear what you have to think and say, because we have a lot to talk about. And I'm just going to tell you, let's just dig right into this.
This is going to be a good one. I mean, get ready.
Let's just dig right into this because, you know, and I'll be honest with you, it is a little harder for me to get animated when you've got all these people in front of you. But we're kind of up here, so they really can't see us.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter, right?
That's exactly right.
All right. So, I'm just gonna say this, and I'm you know, I know a lot of you are really, really. So listen, if you've tuned away, come back because we're getting ready to give you our thoughts. And basically, I want to say a state of the union as far as Kentucky basketball is concerned, because here's where I see Kentucky basketball being as of right now. I mean, it's a crap fest. It is what it is. It's horrible. It's a bad product on the floor. We're playing 1980s archaic style basketball. You know, I don't see us winning a championship if we continue to play certain guys in certain positions that don't need to be there. I also don't, and I take this as nice as I can. I love Oscar Tshiebwe to death, but he cannot be the center of this offense. He can't do it because he's the National Player of the Year, and everyone is going to zone in on him. Now, the answer to that could be, well, maybe you just, I don't know. Maybe you use him, right, but you've got to be able to have other options. For those of you out there that have the Severe Wheeler and Cason Wallace debate, look, we both know all of us know by now where we stand. And we know that Tim and I are on an island on our own when we say Wheeler's the man for the point guard position. But I want you to understand why we say that. It is because Wheeler gives you the best option to get everyone involved. Casey Wallace, yes, he can get around his man. He can shoot threes. Awesome. Oscar Shibwe is great at rebounding the basketball, and Severe Wheeler is great at giving you assists. Now, he does turn over the ball a lot. Oh, well. I mean, at the end of the day.
Well, his assist to turnover is one of the best in the country.
And that's the other thing.
Best in the SEC.
You just zero in on it because we're terrible right now. And that's just it is what it is. I'm getting sick and tired of it, man. And I'm going to tell you this, too. All right? I don't think I've ever seen the fan base as down on this team as they've been since the Billy G years. And I don't know if it's even – I think it might be worse now than it was then. Because back then there was at least a ray of, well, you can get someone else in here, or even a ray of, we might make the tournament. Mm-hmm. Now, can we still go and make the tournament? Yes, but if we play like we're playing right now, folks, we're not making the tournament this year. No. That's bottom line. I mean, you can't go on the road in the SEC in the first home game, in the first SEC opener, away game, of course, but the first SEC opener and lose the dang ball game. You can't do that. You cannot do that. We're Kentucky. We're the gold standard. We've got to start winning these games, and we're 0-4 in the big games right now. I mean, we just are. I mean, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm tired of the product on the floor. I'm tired of everybody sugarcoating it, saying, well, we can't fire the coach. We can't fire the coach. We can't fire the coach. Well, you know what? Some answers need to be made. I understand that we can't come up with $53 million. I understand that. I don't have it. Do you have it?
Nope.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, I did the other day, but I don't have it now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've spent all mine on pop.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I'm tired of it, man. We've got to do something different. And I don't know if the conversation needs to be had. Cal needs to – Mitch Barnhart needs to have just honestly sit down with Cal and say, here's the deal, dude. Okay? Yeah, you got a lifetime contract, but earn it, buddy. I'm serious. Earn it. Because we can't keep having this on the floor. Because if he didn't have that lifetime contract right now, we all know that he'd be out the door. Would he not?
Oh, yeah.
Facts. I mean, people can say otherwise, but you know what? That is the only thing holding him, and no one wants to say that. It is the lifetime contract that's keeping him at Kentucky right now. And, folks, I'm here to tell you, he might have been right when he said that this is a 10-year job.
Yep.
He told you that.
He did. He told me, he said 10 years is a very long time to coach at a place like Kentucky.
And you know what? We've had Cal on this show. We have. I love Coach Cal. I do. He's a great ambassador for this state. He may be the best. He's going to be one of the best coaches we've ever had. People can say otherwise, but really and truthfully, he really is going to be revered as one of the best coaches that's ever coached at Kentucky. We're all mad at him right now and a little, rear end hurt.
Frustrated.
But I mean, the way it works is we're not going to look back on it and go, well, we didn't make the tournament a couple of times. No, he won us a national championship, took us to several Final Fours. We're going to remember that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I am tired and sick and wore out of hearing the excuses. I'm tired of him blaming the fans. Buddy, listen, if you're losing ball games, the last thing you do is blame fans. You have been a coach. Do you blame the fans?
Never.
Do you come out here to Corbin and say, man, I'm sorry that we lost the game, but, man, if you all would just get off my back.
Yeah, never. No.
It's ridiculous.
It takes a big, a high level of arrogance to do that.
I mean, look, you understand that there have been people all across the country now, and there was an article written about several coaches that have said, hey, by the way, this is where we stand, and when we go and play Kentucky, it's not hard to scheme for Kentucky.
I've been saying it forever.
It's not hard.
Finally, we're hearing some of the coaches say it, without putting their name on it.
The other night, I went back and watched that game, Tim, and the 1-3-1 zone absolutely destroyed Kentucky. It's like they've never seen it.
They have never seen it, no.
And you know what? I want you to tell me right now, because you said this in the car the other night, and I want to give you the floor here. What makes the 1-3-1 zone so unique and so special? And it's old. It is old. It's been around since the dawn of time, but why is it such a great defense to use?
I think the main reason that the 1-3-1 is a great defense to use because you don't see it a lot. You don't see it a lot, and it's different than anything else. It's way different than a man-to-man. It's much different than a 2-3 zone, which most people play. And, I mean, back when I was coaching AAU basketball and I was coaching semi-pro ball, I would go to 1-3-1 at times, especially in AAU ball, middle, getting to the high school level, because the deal is on that 1-3-1, you got a guy at the top of the key guarding the point guard where he's usually right at the top of the key. You got a guy on each wing guarding that three-point shooter right on him, extended all the way on him. You got a guy blocking the free throw line, and you got a guy under the go. And the 1-3-1 can definitely be beat. The 1-3-1 can be exposed and can really kill you by playing it. But the problem is if you play it at the right time, you're going to destroy teams. You know, when teams are not ready for it, they're not prepared for it, just like Kentucky wasn't prepared for it. I love the 1-3-1. I mean, it makes you – a lot of offenses are not set up to go against the 1-3-1. You know what I'm saying? You can beat it, but it takes a special way to beat it. You can't just – you're just not automatically set up to beat the 1-3-1. So I love it. I don't know why Coach Hall used to tell Coach Calipari all the time that he should run it. And what's Coach Calipari – and here's – I'm going to tell you, you were able to say some things. I'm going to tell you my frustration. When you've got Coach Joe B. Hall – trying his best to get you to run a defense, right? And your reaction is to laugh about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Coach Cal's a great guy, and he was really good, and he was a good friend to Coach Hall. But you know as well as I do, when Coach Cal talks about Coach Hall telling him to run the 1-3-1, he laughs about it. He always tried to get me to run the 1-3-1. Okay, right. It doesn't look like such a bad defense when it beats you, does it?
Right.
I mean, maybe you could have used some words from the old man before he passed away, and you could have tried something different to spark this team up a little bit. Here's my frustration. When somebody says try a zone or try a 1-3-1 zone or whatever, they're not saying go to that the whole time, the entire time. That's all you play. No, they're saying try it in parts. Try it at times to see if it disrupts the other team. I mean, if you know for a fact that the team is not going to guard you in a zone, never. They're not going to play a 2-3. They're not going to play a 1-3-1. All you're going to see is man-to-man. My goodness, man. The week preparing for that team is easy. All you got to do is prepare for players. This guy likes to go right. This guy likes to pull up from 12 foot. This guy likes to go left and then spin move. That's all you got to worry about. You don't have to worry about defense. You know what I mean? Hey, this is what we're going to run all week in practice is against the man-to-man. You know why? Because we can beat the snot out of them, and they're not going to get out of that man-to-man.
No.
It's easy. And here's the other thing. The last thing I want to say about the state of Kentucky basketball is right now is I miss Kentucky basketball. I miss the tradition, the old school Kentucky basketball. I miss a coach caring about what the fans think. I miss a coach not putting himself above the program and acting like the fans are just crazy. Oh, you all are crazy. Well, yeah, we're crazy. We have a lot of passion, and we're crazy for our team. But, I mean, he writes off fans like they have unrealistic expectations. And the whole entire fan base doesn't have unrealistic expectations. We want to just keep being the gold standard, like he likes to call it. Well, we're definitely not the gold standard anymore. I mean, I'm tired of it, Adam. I'm tired of it, man. It's frustrating. It's time to make a change. I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but we've got to make a change, and I feel like our lifetime contract coach is too stubborn to make a change. And I'm going to tell you this, last thing I'm going to say, this is real short. I don't see Mitch Barnhart ever giving anybody else a lifetime contract.
And honestly, why in the world would you ever do that? Look, I get it. If he'd have went to UCLA, whatever, right? It would have been terrible. But would it have been, though? Like, would it have been the end of the world?
He was scared to death that we were going to lose him, and then we were going to get, fall into a bad coach like a Billy Gillespie.
But I don't think that'll ever happen again.
No, that's a once-in-a-lifetime deal.
That won't ever happen again. But here's the other thing. Speaking of the zone, right? Bell County just went into a 2-3 zone, and now they're up 4. They were down 4.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If we had Bell County's coach, Brad Sizemore. I forgot his name for a second.
I did
I've
too.
known Brad his whole life.
I did too. Right when you said that, I was like, wait a minute, Brad.
But if we had Brad Sizemore, Bell County's coach of Kentucky, right now we'd probably at worst we'd have 1 or 2 losses right now. Brad Sizemore is one of the best coaches in the state of Kentucky by far, and he does anything it takes to win. If he has to run 4 quarters at him and run 8 minutes off the clock, he'll do it. If he has to play fast pace, he'll do it. If he has to play a gimmick defense, guess what, Adam? He's going to do it. Brad Sizemore will do anything it takes to win, and that's what your coach has got to do.
I just watched this referee, man. He called that foul with the and one, and I mean he looked at the opposing player, as in like the guy that fouled, like he just like insulted his mother.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't do that.
Yeah. You just gave him another free throw, big boy.
Yeah, and then that's another steal. Look at that. Yeah, they're going to call. You see.
Now that is a flop, and I'm not going to say who did it or who it was on, because I cover all these teams. But that was a LeBron James special right there. And one of the coaches feels the same way.
That's right. So yeah, Brad. Sonny said Brad Stevens. Yes, we can get another Brad. We might be better off.
I'll take Brad Stevens. Yeah.
You know what though? There's a lot of speculation as to who you could get. Like people are. That's the next thing that people always say.
Who's on the top of your wish list, Adam?
Who are you going to get?
Just for fun.
I'm going to tell you who's on the top of my wish list. Well, okay, I'm going to give you like a never going to happen and a plausible. Is that fair?
Oh, that is fair, yeah.
Okay. My never going to happen is bringing back Rick Pitino for 5 years.
Yeah, never going to happen, but I would love it.
I mean.
I'll do it. I'll take it.
You know, to reignite the program. It would bring a lot of spark, and it would bring the old-timers back, and you'd find that love again, man.
That would be a quick way to get the fan base
I'm
back.
telling you, but it'll never happen.
No.
So my plausible is Bruce Pearl.
Exactly, 110% agree with you. That's my dream, is to get Bruce Pearl.
And people can say Nate Oates, and people can say Brad Stevens, and people can say
I'll take those guys too.
Musselman and all those other guys. Look, I get it. Those are great guys. But I want guys that are going to reignite the fan base.
I want guys that are going to go to the football game and take his shirt off and paint his body.
Yeah, paint his body and be a UK fan and be all about it. Say no, all you want, Greg, but I'm right.
Bruce Pearl's never said a bad word about Kentucky.
I'm right. Stop. See, everybody's saying Bruce is a joke. Overrated.
Okay,
Listen, well,
why is he overrated? Stop thinking about that for a second.
I mean, here's the thing. The team that shouldn't have lost to Auburn several years ago, the team after that Malik Monk year, we were supposed to be really good that year.
Here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. If you don't think you like Bruce Pearl as a coach of Kentucky, you mean to tell me that you think he would have lost to Missouri? I mean, is that what you're telling me right now?
I mean, look, give him a team like Kentucky, and the dude's got the tenacity to win. He'll coach a ball game. He's out-coached Cal more than any – I mean, like, dude, he's absolutely got Cal's number.
Well, he can coach in this era of basketball.
Right. And that is what I want. And I'm saying in this moment right now, now listen, is Bruce a good idea long-term? I don't know. But I think you need somebody to reignite the fan base, and that was a great shot
and I'll say this,
to bring them back.
Well, I'll say this, Adam. I don't want the attention of our conversation to shift to Bruce Pearl or not Bruce Pearl. You know what I mean? I don't want to fight that battle. We need Bruce Pearl. Our whole point is we need somebody fresh and new. Somebody that's proven that they can win. You know, they've got experience. They've got that heart and that desire, you know, and that fire inside of them.
And Kevin Thacker says a really good point. He says if Kentucky calls Bruce Pearl, he says, where do I sign? I'll be on a plane tomorrow.
That's exactly right. And
see, there wouldn't be any like, please come.
And no matter what anybody says on this thread right here, the majority of the fan base would be like, let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
We got Pearl.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? The only thing I would hate about that is the Tennessee fans would come out of the woodwork and say, oh, you got our coach. Well, no, we didn't get your coach.
Well, you know what Tennessee's been saying? The last 2 or 3 years, Tennessee's got pretty good in basketball.
They have.
But before that, they hated getting rid of Pearl. You remember the fan base kept saying, I can't believe we got rid of Pearl. Dumbest thing we've ever done.
Got Quanzo Martin.
Yeah.
Which I thought he was pretty good. They didn't like him either.
Pearl made Tennessee a contender, and then he made Auburn a contender. I mean, Pearl's going to win wherever he goes. But like I said, I don't want this to be about Pearl. I don't even want to talk about Bruce Pearl anymore.
Greg Hoover doesn't like Bruce Pearl. He says Bruce Pearl would be the second coming of Eddie Sutton. Which, by the way, throwing this out here, Eddie Sutton was a great coach.
I was getting ready to say.
I mean,
I was sitting here going, I'm not sure what you mean.
I don't really care.
I thought he was a good coach.
Here's the thing. I think everybody's so worried about getting caught up in scandals and NCAA violations and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That these days are over. All right, with NIL coming on board, it does not matter anymore.
It's open game.
It doesn't matter, which is why I said Rick Pitino at first.
Well,
because that's like, now if you're going to do that, it would never happen. I want to be clear. I'm not stupid. I want people to understand I'm not just talking to be talking. But I know that if it were going to happen, I mean, wouldn't this be a great time to do it?
Definitely would, man. It's time
hey, we're going to take your calls. You got the hotline down below, right? 859-428-8419. That is the number to call. You can, text us if you want to. You can call us if you want to. You can chime in on the comments, and you can continue to listen in as we ride it right along. That's how we do it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You are listening to Wildcat Sports Talk, presented by the Kentucky Daily.
If you've been in an accident through no fault of your own, you have options. Don't let insurance companies tell you what your case is worth. Call me, Jeremy Bryant, at 606-261-7381. At Bryant Law, we want you to get the highest possible recovery for your injuries. We can help you with your car wreck, slip and fall, or workers' compensation case. No one should have to withstand the pain, suffering, and inconvenience of a debilitating injury without just compensation. Bryant Law, experience you can trust. Come see Kentucky Creative Bistro and Gallery at South Park Center in Corbin. We are an art gallery and bistro serving a variety of sandwiches, cakes, and coffees. We cater to offices, large groups, and deliver to the local area. If you dine in, you'll experience the vast talent that Kentucky has to offer. Our selections for sale include paintings, photography, and crafts. If you are a Kentucky artist wanting to get your work out to the world, contact us today. We are also now seeking writers for our new endeavor, Kentucky Creative Press. Cyber Solutions is Southeastern Kentucky's new premier web development company. Find contact information on our website at cybersolutionsky.com. Cyber Solutions offers web development services to small businesses and sole proprietors for $999. Let us develop your website and help grow your business. E-commerce websites available for the same price. We offer referral fees too. Find contact info at cybersolutionsky.com. Let us help you prosper. cybersolutionsky.com.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On this island.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Wondering how you can show your love? Head over now to Facebook and drop a like.
Welcome back to Wildcat Sports Talk.
Mitch always has a short list of coaches. I'd love to see who's on it. Yeah, that's Scott's Art coming in with that. I agree. I think I know. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. We're going to talk football here in the next little bit because I don't want to spend all the time talking about basketball because, I mean, we're talking about a bowl game being on this New Year's Eve, and we've got to talk about it.
Today, if you're listening on the radio. Yeah, I
mean, if you're listening on the radio, it's right now.
Yeah.
And so is Louisville. But, you know.
I mean, it might be a JV game, but we're still excited about it.
You know what, though? I'm actually really excited about seeing that new quarterback.
Me too. I can't remember his name.
I mean, he's going to be great. I mean, we know he is.
He's mobile.
Yeah, we like him a lot. So, let's go. QB3, hit it in there.
Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. I mean, but before we get on to football completely, I would like to say, me and you've talked about this off the air. John Robick needs to return to the sidelines. Calipari desperately needs John Robick back there helping with the X's and O's. From everything I've ever read and everybody I've ever talked to, they say John Robick's job was an X's and O's part.
Well, I'll just say, and this, by the way, is a great game, folks. 44 seconds left. It's a 3-point ball game. Whitley County with a chance to make it to a 1-point ball game. But, I mean, it's a game.
It's hard to ignore the game. I mean, we're sitting there going, well, we're on radio on Saturday. Nobody really cares.
Right.
But it's still hard not to talk about it.
It's kind of nice. But what I was going to say is, I think John Robick is a big one. Kenny Payne. Getting Orlando back is huge.
It was huge.
It's huge for the recruiting aspect of that. And then,
Yeah, recruiting got back to where it needed to be.
Yeah, and I actually have a little bit of insider info on some things.
Okay.
As far as football. So remind me of that. I just now thought of that.
Oh, that you can't share?
I can share it. I'm just going to share it during our football talk.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, let's start the Bring Back John Robick campaign. I mean, it's better than just being okay.
I'm just sick. I'm sick of it. Guys, I'm actually worn out of hearing about the excuses as to why we can't do this or we can't do that and we're not good or whatever. I mean, aren't you?
I'm tired of hearing Coach Cal going, we're a work in progress.
Listen, a work in progress? I mean, that's your answer? That's terrible.
We might have to switch up personnel. Okay, well, are you not already doing that? He's already been putting different guys in the lineup.
Right. I mean, that's just terrible.
How about Coach Cal? How about this one time, honey? I'm begging. I'm down on my knees as a worn-out Kentucky fan, and I'm saying, please.
You said honey.
Please,
When you say honey, I know it's real.
Yeah, please, Coach Cal, honey, please. As a worn-out Kentucky fan that still loves you with all my heart, instead of changing up the lineup or instead of telling the fans to calm down or saying we need more practice, instead of yelling at the players, could we just evaluate your decisions just maybe one time?
Just a little bit.
And just say maybe you could try a little something different on offense and defense. So let's just evaluate your actual decision-making one time. Please, I'm begging. Let's just evaluate that.
Hey, you're on with Wildcat Sports Talk. Who is this?
It's Scott. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up,
Scott?
man?
How you doing?
Hey, buddy. Can't complain. You survived Christmas. That's half the battle.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to hear from you, my man. What's on your mind tonight?
I just want to chime in on the coaching thing a little bit. I think you guys are absolutely right. When I don't understand why we don't have a movement. The fan base wants Robick. We're pretty much stuck with Kyle. It is what it is. We're there. We can't buy him out. We know it's going to be another couple years for that's even feasible from everything I've read and seen. So you're going to have to do something to get this guy some help. Now, Tyler Eulis is coming in after the new year to help out, so I'm encouraged about that. It's early in the season. All you can do is just try to think about this. If it keeps going like it is and we start getting so negative now, it's going to be a long, long season. So we got to stay positive, right?
I agree. 100%. It's so hard to stay positive because it's not about just this season. You know as well as I do, we're just kind of all worn out. We're just worn out. But, 100%. We've got to do what we can do. We can't get rid of Coach Cal. You make a good point. Bring in John Robick. Tyler Eulis is a start. Here's what I was thinking. I wanted to say this while you were talking. You made me think this, Scott, while you was talking, and I hope that I could convey this the way it was in my head. All right, say you got a race car and you're not winning races, and it's red, and you paint it blue. You paint it blue. That's all you do, and then you win the next race. It gets everybody fired up. It's like, we can win now that we're blue. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, even if it's not completely something that really fixed everything, we need something to hype people up and get some excitement going.
Exactly. The home crowds are terrible. It looks awful on TV. You see all the empty seats. There's no motivation there. There's no fire. There's no excitement. But you have to be, as a fan base, we have to remember, okay, we are where we are. We got to be smarter than this. We can't bash these kids. We can't get on social media. It's not the kids' fault. Here it is, 2022 going into 2023. It's a different world, like you guys said, with the NIL deal. Everything gets out there. I know we got fake UK fans calling in the kids and tweeting them and stuff. And so you got the fake fans, and then you got some real fans that are doing bad things. We just got to keep it positive. It's good to have shows like this that we can call and vent. I'm glad, that you guys are taking calls tonight, and I've missed you guys a lot. And I've been super duper busy, but I've been keeping up with you guys when I can. But I guess my message is I'm terrible too, so I'm pointing at myself too. Just try to keep positive and try to look for silver linings. And it's a we got the National Player of the Year. We got a lot of talent on this team. It's still early. I don't see why we can't win ball games. I don't see why this team can't be competitive. I'm dumbfounded. I'm absolutely dumbfounded.
I'm going to tell you right now, Scott, I really, really enjoyed this phone call because I needed it. I needed to hear it. I mean, if anybody knows me, I stay positive. That's my biggest thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to be the most positive guy in the world, and I'll usually figure out a way, and I'll be positive. And if we were playing tonight, I'd be positive we were going to win. But we all do need to hear that, what you just said as Kentucky fans. We have to stay positive.
You and Adam are real. Y'all are not fake. And, Adam, I'm sorry for your loss. But you guys have such a sincere approach to the show. That's why it's so appealing, is because it's just two true Blue fans. There's no questioning your loyalty to Big Blue Nation. And I just think it's like a counseling session. It's like family counseling at this point. We're all just consoling each other in hopes that things will get better. But you guys have a good new year. Keep up the good work. And, hey, let's just keep looking for that silver lining, man. Take care. God bless.
Thank you,
buddy.
Thank you, Scott.
Appreciate the call, Scott. Man, that was such a great call right there.
It absolutely was. And did you see the end of this? I have to talk about it.
I totally missed it.
No, okay, so Bell County gets the ball down here. It's stolen away. Down at the other end, Whitley County comes in, and with 0.3 seconds left, a foul is called.
Whoa, wait a minute. We're going to the free throw line?
We're going to the free throw line right now to win the game.
Oh, my goodness. No way.
And it's huge because this will be a big upset.
Bell County was leading by 3 last time I looked up. Wow.
So this would win the game. We got to see this. It's the same thing as it goes in. No, it doesn't.
Wow.
They're going to overtime.
Oh, wow.
They're going to overtime. So extra time here for us to talk. How cool is that?
Man, that was dramatic. It's funny because I looked on the sidelines here for Bell County, and I saw Coach Brad Sizemore and my good buddy Josh Maxey. And it looked like they were praying for that miss. Prayers come true. Prayers were answered.
Oh, man. Anyway.
I felt bad for them. I was sitting here going,
let's switch gears to football.
All right, let's go.
Now, I'm going to talk about this for a second, but I'm going to bring everybody down for just a moment. Because this is part of my
man, we just had the positive speech.
My insider info.
Well,
I have
before
a lot
you
of.
say anything, I really don't know what it is. But before you say anything, it's going to be hard to bring this fan base down, considering all the players that have opted out and what we already know.
Well, I hear that there are going to be a lot more transfers after the bowl game. And I hear from a pretty reliable source. Now, I'm not going to give you details. I'm not going to do it because we don't have our sources unless we, don't give details.
That's the thing. A lot of people's been worried about transfers. It's so easy now. Everybody's been worried
But I hear from a pretty reliable source that a certain someone on the UK staff said, you're not playing the bowl game if you transfer, so they're waiting until after the bowl game to transfer.
Okay, so they want to play in the bowl. That's a little opposite than the other parts that we're hearing. Players are not playing in the bowl.
So
there's players playing in this bowl game that are eligible to be back. that will not be back.
Right. So just keep that in mind, folks. Now, for the good news, we get to see a lot of really new faces. We got to see a lot of bright new talent. And we've got some really good guys coming in. So
I'm excited about the Vanderbilt running back that's coming in next year. I'm excited about him.
Yeah, for sure. So your thoughts on this bowl game? Is this going to be the field goal game where we win? It's 6-3 at the final score?
You know what, Adam, it could be. But then again, I've seen crazy things. I've seen so many crazy things in sports. This could be a high-scoring game just because nobody expects it. You got so many different people out there, and both teams have players out. You know what I mean? So who knows what's going to happen? It's a bowl game. I mean, I just hope that it's a good, fun game to watch. It's competitive, and I really, obviously hope Kentucky wins no matter what. If it's 3-0, I'll take that. If it means Kentucky's going to win.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's I'm there too. I got a lot of people calling me right now and hitting me up, and rightfully so. It's that time, and this week has just been just outpouring, crazy amount of outpouring. So a lot of folks texting and calling, and this is a barn burner right here, guys.
Oh,
it's a great game. So if you're not here, you're missing out. But again, listening on radio this morning, I want folks. I got to know. I just want to see everybody who is currently listening to our live. Chime in on the comments if you're on Facebook or wherever. Are you going to be watching the football or basketball or both? Go. I just want to see how this goes.
My guess is most people will be watching football because two reasons. One reason is Louisville is horrible.
And if we lose that game,
yes,
no one wants to see that.
That is a danged if you do and danged if you don't game because if you win, it's Louisville.
I mean, yeah,
if you don't win, I don't know if I'll ever watch another game. That's the way that people's, not me, but that's what a lot of people are going to go. Like if we can't beat Louisville, do we need to watch any more games the rest of the season?
Well, listen, I think for me, if we lose to Louisville, I mean, we're going to be Wildcat Sports Talk. We're going to cover the Lady Cats. And we're going to – we do that anyway.
We do that as much as we can.
We do that anyway. But, I mean, they're going to be our complete focus because they're fun to watch.
They are.
And I mean, we'll cover the cheerleaders and the dance team.
They've been very supportive of us.
And they've been very supportive of us. We'll cover volleyball.
Yes,
we've had them on.
Yep.
So,
Rifle team.
Tim says on TV he's going to watch the Kentucky and Alabama bowls, and the radio he's going to listen to the UK basketball game.
I am much more interested in the bowl game than I am the basketball game.
Me too, because I want to see all these new faces. I want to see what we're going to do. I want to see, honestly, now that Scangarello's gone, what it's going to do.
Now that he's gone and Will Levis is not out there, we don't know what's going to happen.
What are they going to do? Are they going to rely on that freshman quarterback, let him throw it down the field?
I'll tell you one thing. I got a feeling where he's going to be using his legs a lot.
Well,
from what I've seen on video, what I've heard, I'm excited about it, man. I mean, it'll be different. It's definitely going to be a change of pace.
Man, he just got hammered right there.
Uh-oh, getting a little chippy
out
here.
He just got absolutely hammered. And then the ref comes over and says, watch it.
Yeah.
Well, watch what? He got hammered. Give the guy some slack here.
But hey, man, there's nothing like high school basketball.
No, you know what? I tell you what. I got to give you. Okay, I tell you what. We got a minute. I'm gonna let you do yours first.
What's that?
What is your favorite memory of this gym?
Oh my goodness, man!
And I've been to a lot of games here, and I know you have too.
I don't know I'm not sure if I know my favorite memory of this gym. But I'll tell you one thing that sticks out to me, and especially where we're broadcasting from up here in this, would you call it bird's nest maybe?
Yeah.
It's behind the goal to the left of the goal. And one of my favorite memories, and it flashed back whenever I walked up here, was taking pictures of Corbin High School basketball games when Madison Johnson was here, Andrew Taylor's brother.
Right,
and he was dunking the ball 4 or 5 times a game, and I would stand up here and get pictures of him looking down on the rim.
Well, I got one when we return. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Wildcat Sports Talk, presented by the Kentucky Daily. We'll be right back.
been injured in an accident through no fault of your own, you have options. Don't let insurance companies tell you what your case is worth. Call me, Jeremy Bryant, at 606-261-7381. At Bryant Law, we want you to get the highest possible recovery for your injuries. We can help you with your car wreck, slip and fall, or workers' compensation case. No one should have to withstand the pain, suffering, and inconvenience of a debilitating injury without just compensation. Bryant Law, experience you can trust. Come see Kentucky Creative Bistro and Gallery at South Park Center in Corbin. We are an art gallery and bistro serving a variety of sandwiches, cakes, and coffees. We cater to offices, large groups, and deliver to the local area. If you dine in, you'll experience the vast talent that Kentucky has to offer. Our selections for sale include paintings, photography, and crafts. If you are a Kentucky artist wanting to get your work out to the world, contact us today. We are also now seeking writers for our new endeavor, Kentucky Creative Press.
Cyber Solutions is Southeastern Kentucky's new premier web development company. Find contact information on our website at cybersolutionsky.com. Cyber Solutions offers web development services to small businesses and sole proprietors for $999. Let us develop your website and help grow your business. E-commerce websites available for the same price. We offer referral fees too. Find contact info at cybersolutionsky.com. Let us help you prosper. cybersolutionsky.com.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond. In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Wondering how you can show your love? Head over now to Facebook and drop a like.
Welcome back to Wildcat Sports Talk.
Welcome back into our final segment here on Wildcat Sports Talk, 859-428-8419. If you've got something you want to say on the show, Wildcat Sports Talk is presented by the Kentucky Daily. Make sure you check out thekentuckydaily.com. That's right. Latest news, sports, the whole 9 yards. Has got it all on there for the Tri-County area. And then, of course, you can also check out wildcatsportstalk.com for all the latest Wildcat information and to follow what is going on with Reed Shepherd. And we are calling all of North Laurel's ball games the entire season.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, man. Your outlet to check out and keep up with Mr. Reed Shepherd that everybody knows is going to be at Kentucky next year. So if you want to read articles, you want to hear play-by-play of Reed Shepherd and his North Laurel Jaguars, Wildcat Sports Talk is the place to do it.
That's right. That's full court press from Whitley County. Really,
Why do you foul right there?
He didn't foul. That's not good. That wasn't a good call.
But why do you even put yourself in that position?
You shouldn't. I don't even know why you're pressing. Why are you pressing
up
two?
You don't want him to walk down and be comfortable and shoot a three, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah, anyway.
But I will say this, though. Don't let me not say this. Coach Swords for Whitley County is also a very, very good basketball coach.
Yeah,
really good.
859-428-8419. Marcus Garson says, what's up, fellas? Marcus,
what's up, Marcus?
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Former Kentucky Wildcat.
Man, played at North Laurel.
Yep, played at North Laurel. Played at UK. Good friend of ours.
And
Bell County just tied it up.
Gotta love those tie ball games, man. But Tim, what are your let's go ahead and do your predictions for both basketball and football.
Man, it's getting harder and harder to do those predictions. I'm going to say Kentucky wins the football game today, Saturday, if you're listening on the radio. I'm going to say Kentucky wins 17-10. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, 17-10. So we got another overtime coming.
Last second shot. It was good. Last second shot. Unbelievable. Wow. Whitley County stuns Bell County on a last second shot.
And it wasn't just the last second shot.
It was like
he got the rebound about 12, 15 foot out and just caught it on the ground and throwed it up.
With about 1.2 seconds left. I mean, the buzzer was off when it was in the air.
Everybody wasn't sure if it counted or not. One ref looked at the other ref. He's like, count it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Wow, what a heartbreaking loss for Bell County. Hey, wow.
What a ball game. That's two good coaches going at each other right there head to head. And, man, basketball in this area of the state is very strong, man.
Yeah. So two other teams getting ready to go right now, right? Is that what I understand? And then Corbin?
Newport and Doss, yeah. Corbin don't play till 8:30 in the championship game.
Okay. Cool. Good stuff.
This should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I was just sitting here going, interesting.
We've seen a lot of this.
Yeah, we have. We've seen so many. Listen, folks, I'm telling you, I know there's a lot of people that cover high school basketball, but they usually cover one team. We do also cover one team, but because North Laurel has traveled everywhere, we've seen so many different high school teams. I could give you the rundown on a lot of them.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a high school basketball team with a tougher schedule than North Laurel?
No, I don't believe so. Hey, you're on with Wildcat Sports Talk. Who is this?
This is John. What's up, Big Tim?
Big John Hammonds. How you doing? Hey, Big John, let me make my prediction real quick for basketball first because I forgot. I'm going to say that Kentucky wins that one 65. No, I'm going to say Kentucky wins that one 62-50. Adam, 12-point lead over Louisville, 62-50. Big John, what's on your mind, man?
I'll be honest with you, man. I called to tell you that you did a wonderful job by yourself while Adam was out with his grandfather. Which, speaking of which, Adam, I apologize for your grandfather dying. That's a tough situation.
I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you for the compliment.
I lost mine, and it's never an easy situation to deal with. So
no, he was a great man, John. I'm truly blessed to have had him around as long as I did.
Well, and that's the main thing. And Tim done a good job.
Thank you for that,
He done
man.
A wonderful job. The only problem was he didn't put John Hammonds on there with him. That was the big issue.
I wish you would have came and done it with me.
He could have jumped in. He could have called and said, hey, you know what, let's do old school.
You know what, Tim? I'm actually disappointed in you.
Me too.
I mean,
now.
you really should have done that.
Me too now. I really should have.
You should have called John Hammonds. He would have been a great person to sit in and do that.
Well, I was a nervous wreck. I couldn't even think straight. I was such a nervous wreck. I really appreciate the compliment, though.
You know what? Next time, if it happens again, John, just go ahead and consider yourself in.
Exactly.
And as a matter of fact, to make up for it, if you can get to one of these games, we'll bring you on as a third person to call the game.
Hey, we got a third headset.
Let's do it.
How's that sound, John?
That sounds good. And I just want to give a shout out to my cousin at Knox Central, Timberly Frederick. She's playing really good right now. I think they're 9-1, maybe. They played today. I don't know.
Timberly Frederick is one of the best three-point shooters I've ever seen, John.
They are, and they're an underrated team. They've won some really good games. They beat Owsley County, that was top 10 in the mountains, and they're doing really good this year. I think the competition is going to step up when they play North Laurel and Corbin.
Yeah.
But I think they're in the top 3. But I just want to say something real quick, and I'll let y'all go.
All right.
I won't be watching the basketball game tomorrow.
Well, now, why not, John?
I'm going to be watching the football game.
Okay.
I don't blame you.
Hey, look, you know what? I'm going to say this, and I don't care who knows. I'm not watching either game tomorrow. You know why?
Well, first of all, because you got family affairs to attend to.
I do. My grandfather's funeral's tomorrow, and I'm doing the eulogy, and that's more important. But even if that was not the case, I'm not sure that I would watch tomorrow.
If
I'm
you
pretty
did,
upset
it would
right
be
now.
for this show.
It would be for the show. I'm really upset right now. Like I'm livid about it, and I I can come on here and give you guys some good, positive encouragement, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really
can I just
upset.
give
And
a
people
quick
can question my
rant before I
fandom
get
when I
off?
say that, but it is what it is. Go ahead.
Can I just have a little quick rant before I get off here?
Yeah, man. You know what, John? I need not a quick rant. I need one of your good old-fashioned John Hammond's rants right now to end this show. All right, you have the floor, sir.
I'm going to tell you, I love Calipari. I love everything that he did for the program. But if you cannot evolve offensive philosophy and evolve in the game that it is today compared to what it was, 6-7 years ago, then you need to leave. Because the game has changed. Offensively, from coaching to different players, I think the biggest problem with Cal, he don't know how to handle the transfer deals. He does better when he has the one and dones, in which we got a great class coming in next year. But I'll say this, if they lose to Louisville tomorrow, which I don't think they will, they might have to put Calipari in the witness protection program. Because if he loses to Louisville, with as bad as Louisville is, with the kind of year we're having, he might not make it out of Lexington. And I'm just being straight, Tim. You know how I am.
I know.
Straight.
I'm enjoying this, John. I know how you are.
And I'll be honest with you, I love Kentucky basketball. I've been a fan since I was a kid. And I grew up on Jamal Mashburn, Tony Delk, Rodney Dent, which me and Rodney Dent and me and you and him are real good friends. And I love the Kentucky Blue. But there comes a point where you have to evolve with the way the game is played today. We run no offensive set. When we play offense, we look like we don't know where we're at. We look like we're lost. And in the first couple of minutes of the game, we're always behind. We never can come behind. And then when we get behind, we never come back. We cut it between 8, and then we get lost again, and we get down again. And then you look over on the sidelines, and you got Calipari standing over. It looks like he don't know what he's doing. He looks like he's confused. What happened to the Bahamas team is what I want to know. Oh, but let me rephrase that. He wasn't on the floor. He wasn't coaching. He's a great recruiter. He's a great recruiter, but he's not a good X's and O's coach, in my opinion.
Boy, John, you brought it strong tonight, man. I enjoyed every bit of that, and I don't disagree with you.
And I love Kentucky basketball. I love Calipari. I think Calipari's a wonderful person. But if you can't evolve in today's game with what we're doing right now, then you need to just pack it up and go to the house.
Very well said, man.
Have a good one. Go Cats. Hopefully we beat Iowa tomorrow.
Keep your head up, brother. We love you, John.
Take care. I appreciate you.
I will. See you, man.
See you. Now that's classic John Hammonds.
17-14 is your final score. Kentucky wins over Iowa by 3 in the Music City Bowl. I'm going to give Kentucky the edge. I'm going to say it's going to be 61-53.
You almost picked exactly my scores. So we're both right on it.
61-53. I don't think we can score that many points.
No.
But you know what? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say maybe they'll score 61 and we're going to win by a few. Yeah, 61-53. That's the best I can do.
I just started missing Ramon Harris really bad. We didn't get him on tonight.
I missed him too, but we'll get him on next week.
But I want to say that we really enjoyed hanging out with him in Florida. Dude, that was awesome.
Oh, it doesn't get any better than that. It just doesn't get any better than that. And, again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Wildcat Sports Talk here, presented by the Kentucky Daily. I want to thank you again. Tune in on iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you get your podcast apps. You can also tune in on your social medias on Facebook. 106.3 The Big One on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. and 98.5 The Light of London on at 11 a.m. Again, thank you so much. My name's Adam.
My name's Tim. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and yours. And stay safe out there. And let's bring home 2023 with a smile on our face. And you know what, folks? I'll remind you one time. Make sure you hug your loved ones extra hard because we're never promised the next day. Y'all take care.